We're here. Faz Radio. You're muted, sir. Do that again.
No, I still think that is the greatest intro music ever. That was the most excellent find that you got for that. It's 2 years almost, and I'm still bebopping to that every single time.
So that music comes from Neverhood Clay. They actually sold some music NFTs by a band called Animattronic, and I bought 3 of their songs, literally for Faz Radio. And where's our other one? I thought I had the other music. We have one for game night. Where's that at?
Oh, that game night one's pretty good too.
Should be in the music. No, I don't have the game night music here right now. But so I have different stuff for game night and different stuff. I've actually, like I said, 3 different ones from Animattronic, and I made some additional ones for some other shows. But yeah, I love that one. That's a great music. That's our thing now, and I own the copyright, which means I can nobody can make I can make money off of it. So that's what's neat about NFTs is you can buy an NFT where you actually own the copyright to what you have. And of course, people are like, "Well, I could just right-click save on the picture." Yeah, you can, but if you own the copyright, you can sue the person that displays it. So the same thing with this NFT Faz Radio music. Don't worry, if somebody used the music right now, I can't sue them because we don't have any money. But later, when we get big and rich and powerful, we'll come back. We'll remember you. We've been doing this for 6 years, and we finally have a chance to enforce our copyright.
Oh my God! So we have a pretty good show lined up for tonight, I think. We're going to talk some bombshell news. We're going to talk about the Flare is finally launched, and they had a governance vote already, and it ended today. It passed, by the way. The Flare proposal passed by 94%. So apparently people really wanted that, and we have a document we'll show you. We'll walk you through what that means. Now, for those of you who are in the Gala ecosystem who listen to us, you know that they have dropped suggestions in the past that they may or may not enter that Flare ecosystem for some portion or way of doing business with Gala. I don't know. They mention it again in the paper that they dropped today, and of course we're going to go into that a little bit. I've read it and digested it, and Faz has never seen it, so his reactions will be genuine tonight.
You should get my reaction first. That way you can follow up with an uppercut. They like, you did all sorts of research on it.
No, I didn't do research. I didn't spend a ton of time on it. I spent, a half hour reading it. It's like 36 pages long. So there's not a ton of info on every page, though. It's not like, wall-to-wall words or anything. So I read through it, and I think you're going to be very happy with what you see. You're going to say this is the greatest thing Gala's ever done.
Well, I am a proponent of vaguely worded roadmaps because I don't like it if I was the company having to be boxed in. So if I've already heard you complain about it already a little bit, saying there's some vagueness. So let's see what you got. Can you pull it up?
Oh, we're going to do that first? Okay, let's run through it.
Unless you'd like to do something else first.
No, we can run through it. Go ahead. Yank it up.
Oh, I don't even know where it is.
If it was up your butt, you'd know where it was.
Maybe you should talk about something else until we get that queued up.
That's what Chuck, that's where I got that from. Remember Chuck from the Pentagon?
What about it?
That's where I got that phrase. He used to say that all the time.
That was up your butt. Okay, that's not something I'd think about, but okay, sure.
TMI? And so I say that to the kids all the time now. Where's my iPad? If it was up your ass, you'd know where it was.
Okay.
All right.
Entertainment. So this is Gala's strategy. Is that the same thing as a roadmap? The strategy. The word strategy makes me think, this is kind of what we're planning to do. This is our strategy. I mean, we might have to change our strategy. That's what I'm getting from that word. So that's my.
There are disclaimers everywhere, of course, but
I would do that. They shouldn't be boxed in.
This is since that original white paper, and we never put that on screen. We weren't doing video back when we were talking about that.
Blockchain unnamed. Woohoo!
I have a copy of their original white paper.
You mean their draft? I don't think they called it white paper. They called it something else.
No, I think it is white paper. I'm on the wrong computer for that. I have it saved on my other one.
Keep going. I remember it having illustrations in it and stuff. Is that right?
Yeah, it wasn't very long either. It was only 6-7 pages if I'm remembering correctly. So there's a lot. This was rushed, and you'll see it with the verbiage. I don't think they were quite ready for it, but they kind of promised it today. So it says it has 5 live games, and then they only list 3. So, and there's and right down there where it says 12 more games set to in 2023, set to release, set to something.
Set to develop? I mean, geez.
I don't know, yeah. So you'll see this all the way throughout. And there's somebody who wrote the token. I think it's the tokenomics one that absolutely loves the comma key on their keyboard, and it's actually very hysterical to read.
Did you mention also that this document can't be downloaded? It's on Google Docs, but you can't download it?
Yeah, you can't download it. There's ways you can run scripts to download it and stuff like that. But this is not just dumping into a Google Doc where you can hit make copy. This is on the web as a PowerPoint presentation.
Okay, so 22 games. So wait, with 22 game genres covered, that just means. What does that mean? Okay, that's vague.
No, they're saying they have 50 games on that previous slide, and with that 50 games, 22 of these types are covered.
Okay. Let's go to the next one. With many names to note, Gala is very proud to continue working alongside the teams at these team companies. Alongside our game development partners, you can expect to see, ABC is AMC, NBC, Poker Go, never heard of them, Skybound, not sure. And then...
Well, somebody in Gala Gold said, who the hell is Poker Go? Well, it turns out they are the creators of the World Series of Poker.
Oh.
So apparently it is a big deal. But you will note, see, I do want to throw...
Poker Go is an over-the-top content platform based in Las Vegas. It was launched in 2017 as a subscription-based streaming service. I have a feeling that that's not the case, but okay. No, it just seems like a poker kind of... network.
Okay, somebody posted a screenshot in the Gala server of Gala Gold, and it says... World Series of Poker with Poker Go right next to it.
Maybe they're a sponsor.
Well, it didn't clearly say, so I don't know. But you will see, I do want to note here that this development partners and prestigious IP holders coming to Gala Games, where it says NBC Universal, I don't know, so I'm not going to make accusations.
But later, that Poker Go is associated with them.
No, listen. So later in the document, you'll see the mention that The Rock is associated with NBC. So I don't know if they're just using NBC here because of that, or if it's something different.
That's true. They did say they're working with The Rock. Maybe The Rock is just one of NBC's properties.
That's what I'm saying. This is why I'm saying in the green room I was talking about how incredibly vague it is. It's very difficult to get any useful information out of that. You can interpret it however you want, and that's a little too vague.
Okay, so a lot of companies are going to put forth press releases with the biggest name that they can find that they're associated with. So saying NBC over The Rock is probably, that's what I'd do if I was running the company. So
well, they already got themselves in trouble for that tweet with Wahlberg and The Rock.
Oh, really?
By pushing it a little bit too far. Yeah, they had to take a tweet down. They put a tweet out something about their partnering with The Rock and Mark Wahlberg. Mm-hmm. And it suddenly got deleted, and the drama started, and apparently There was some exception taken for that because they're not working directly with The Rock or Mark Wahlberg. They're working with their production companies that they're a part of. So they, from reading, and again, it hasn't been confirmed by. There was somebody that came out and said something about it later, but massaged it a little bit. It was just a tweet that was a little misleading, I guess, so they took it down.
Okay, next, what we got here? Hopefully, let's go through these a little bit faster than we are, though. Okay, so they got some mobile games. They bought Ember Entertainment. Yep. Keep going.
So this there's a couple of good points in this one from the game side. You might want to zoom in a little bit because it's hard as hell to read that. I can't point out the stuff. Can you? What is that? Alt F4 or something?
Control Plus.
Control Plus. Yeah, that too. Does it work or no? Oh, shucks.
Nope. I made the Google controls bigger. You can do Control minus to make that smaller again. Okay. So it's not touching the worksheet. It's touching the Google controls. So you hit Control minus to make those controls get smaller. Yeah.
There you go.
All right. So Townstar in town. What do they got here? Q1. They're going to have a beta out. Townstar Godot. You know, there's a play called Waiting for Godot. And I don't know if they knew that when they called it Godot, but anyway, integration with Gala's unnamed blockchain, switching of Townstar's earnings to Gala from Town because Town's going away, and social functions. Okay, Q2. I hope so. Microtransactions.
They get into the social aspects. They're going to basically turn it into a Facebook game. It sounds like where you have to have friends. And all that kind of stuff to get bonuses and yada, yada, yada. And if you look to the bottom right, look at the exchange rate. That's changed a little bit.
The future town node operators will have extreme utility. Okay.
And be tradable as NFTs.
Did they change? Did they just change the exchange rate again?
They did.
Because it was 2 town for 1. That's why town jumped up today. Town, I don't know if you look at Town on CoinGecko. You go look at Town, like jumped high.
Right.
That's hilarious. So they're just going to keep changing until the last minute. Now that they've changed it twice, it's just not going to. Yeah, it just. It was 2 cents and now it is 3.6 cents. So that doubled. Almost doubled. Oh, very good.
And it'll probably shoot up some more now that ratio has been adjusted.
Scroll down a little bit, please. Keep going. We want to see the graph at the bottom. Keep going. Scroll down. Oh, didn't work. Okay. Right, we're back. Scroll down. There we go. See that? Nothing. Bam! That's as soon as I bet that's as soon as the white paper came out. What time was that? I'm just curious. That was 1:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Or is it?
So was that before or after the paper was distributed?
I would be willing to make a bet that it was after. But yeah, that's
okay. So let's take note of that and see if people were suddenly buying like that all of a sudden before, because I don't think it dropped until mid-afternoon.
Oh, okay. If it dropped till, then that would.
I don't know.
Certain people.
Well, wait. You're in Pacific time, so that might be right. Because it would show yours in Pacific time, right?
Yes. So that's 1:45.
Yeah, 1:40. Well, that's about when it. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 4, that could correlate. That could correlate.
Okay. So
I'm thinking my time, of course.
Now, if you do the math, that's probably if we're up to 3.6 cents, is it? 3.6 cents. That probably correlates to what the exchange rate would be for Gala. But again, if they start fucking with that exchange rate every day, they're going to be making. They'll just be. I mean, that's a security right there. They're just making town go up and down and up and down.
Well, that's a whole separate issue. It's almost as though they're begging someone to come after them. I don't know.
Okay,
but
so let's go back to the white paper.
So this matters.
Sorry.
Just let me make this comment before we move on. This matters because when we get to the tokenomics of the games later, you'll see the correlation of why this is important. Okay? So if you look there also, the interesting thing is they're saying it'll have extreme utility but also be tradable as NFTs. And they mention a little bit later that it is possible they're going to do KYC if you want to make NFTs out of your nodes.
That's how they get the KYC then, because it's account bound.
Yep.
If it's account bound right now, it's technically KYC'd. So if they make it NFTs, at least they're... Well, that's not bad. Did you mute while you're inhaling your smoky treat there?
Yeah, you always complain that I make too much noise when I'm vaping.
Yeah, because...
All right, so let's keep moving because we're going to be talking as we get closer to the back. That's where all the juicy stuff is. We'll probably have a lot of conversation there.
Let's just say one or two things for each
Yeah,
one.
so the Spider Tank Silk, I want you to take notice of where they start about halfway down in those bullet points talking about the honor system. They actually say the words for the first time about good behaviors and bad behaviors and what that means.
Positive actions.
Yeah.
They put it in quotes. They'll gain more honor points. So the very fact that they're messing with these percentages, I have a feeling that the honor system is going to be adjusted like every goddamn month. So
I don't think it will. I think they're going all in on this honor system because to them it appears to be working.
Oh no, they're going to keep the honor system. They're just going to adjust up percentages all the time. It's like, hey, we got some low numbers. Let's make it so everybody can get their honor back all of a sudden. You know.
Well, did you see the tokenomics changes to Silk?
No. What's that?
You are not going to be a happy guy when you see that.
Oh, are you talking about the percentages, how they flatten things out? Yeah, Nate talked about that yesterday.
Yeah, it's there. People are losing their minds. Mr. Soto posted a video on Twitter today, and it was not good. There's a lot of people that are really upset. So. If you notice, the other point I wanted to make, the other point, because you said one or 2 points, I have another one here. It says positive actions will also gain 25% more honor points than they did previously. So their definition of positive is leaving stuff in the system and buying their stuff with it and playing the game. So you get your honor brought back quicker, basically, the more you buy stuff and the more you play the game. They're trying to, I mean, it's like blatantly, hey, just give us the money back that you earn and you're a great person. And if you're not, then we're slamming your social score to 0 and you won't have the ability to earn anymore. So I think it's a bad move, a really bad move, because like Nate said last night.
It sounds like they're fighting against the bots here, and everybody's being punished for it.
No, so I get that part, but there's got to be a better way. If you're KYC'd, you're not subject to honor. Really simple. So if you have, like Nate said, the commons or the uncommons got an 88% boost in earnings.
Hey,
so
look
what?
At that guy.
Go back. You can't take the money out.
So that guy on the left, they actually removed from that game. I liked that guy the best, actually, when I played him. They removed him from the game, and they don't have that other chick anymore. So this is a very old picture for Superior. And they changed the girl on the right to look different now.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It looks like they just threw this together last minute. I mean, it's sloppy. A lot of it is sloppy. So they talk a little about Superior. You'll see a little bit later, because, it still says 3 playable characters, and they put that character in there. They said a little bit later that Superior in the roadmap, you'll see the earnings start very soon.
Interesting.
Okay, we can. That's all I had on this
Next one. Hi, Snoop. Next. Gala Music. 32 artists released. 150 tracks can be streamed. 25K nodes set to go live Q1 2023. So what's the beginning of Q2? That's March 1st. So February 29th, or I don't know, whatever the last day in February is this year.
28th, I think.
28th. So that would be when they're going live. So they got a month to get moving. Somebody said on CryptoFaz Academy, like, Spotify is a whole lot better than Gala Music. Well, it's like Spotify is just a player. Gala Music, you're a host. So I don't know if they're really comparable, but I mean the non-hosts would be streaming. So, but it's still, of course, Spotify. They're the number one right now, right?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't listen to Spotify.
Okay. Next.
Music seemed very generic.
It seems like they're just building up a resume there. Other artists going, okay, keep going. Those are just people on the music, Gala Music. Snoop Dogg's kind of the headliner. Platform, music team, yeah. March 28th. Okay, Q.
Q1, like you said, last day basically.
Q2 must be April 1st. But I think we got it wrong. Okay, next. Okay, is this for music? Yeah. What's the next one we have comments on? Let's just go to
Keep
the next
going.
one. Going. Film, yeah. Oh, 6 months till full platform launch. So the film isn't even happening yet.
It's getting close. They're going to be releasing a bunch of stuff, I guess, with that from what I was reading.
So this summer.
Personally, I think film will do better than music.
I think that they're kind of hoping that too. I mean, the very fact that they're doing film and music means one of them, if it pops off, it'll help out the other one. Keep going. Gala film. Yep. Voting launch next. Production partners.
That's the titles, the partners for that.
Yep.
This is the one where it was saying $7. Yeah, co-founded by Dwayne Johnson and Danny Garcia. And then you have The Unrealistic Ideas, which has Wahlberg in it. So those are the associations they have with those two people. It's the production companies that they have, not the actual individuals. They didn't sign Wahlberg to do movies, right?
The company also produces HBO's, NBC's, BET's, so yeah.
That's what I was saying. That's where they probably get the NBC and stuff like that.
Right. Next.
So wait a minute. That's I'm looking. There's one phrase in this that I really want to spend some time talking about, and keep going. I don't know where it is exactly. If not, we'll have to go back and look for it.
We could just move on. We don't need to spend too long on this.
Keep going. There we go. Let's see. Talking about Vox. Yeah, we're doing that.
Keep going.
Next. This is talking about
roadmap. It's on a roadmap to share a roadmap.
Well, they're doing that for all of them. They're saying there'll be individual roadmaps for film, music, and Vox. This is just like the big general overview of what they're doing. It's kind of like an update, an infographic update.
Okay, keep going.
Go on? Yeah, let's see. Yeah, same stuff. Okay.
Our new blockchain.
Here's Jiri.
Are you sure this is Jiri? I thought Jiri was currently known as. Okay.
Yeah. Here's
Okay.
wait, back one. So, I know I did the same thing, producer. When I was in it, you touch it and the thing like skips. So Q1 and Q2. So they're giving themselves basically 6 months to launch the Blockchain Explorer, put games in with it, and
the thing that
integrate
people have
film
been
and
asking
music.
for since the very beginning, since Gary Wallets came out with Silk, with Spider Tanks. They're like,
Right.
where's
So
the
you
Blockchain Explorer?
yeah, you see how they did that? They're going to push it off. So here's the interesting part on this slide that really bothered me. They're launching all this stuff, and people are transacting in Spider Tanks and next month's Town Star and everything else. Look what it says for Q3 and Q4. Bug Bounty program doesn't start till basically the end of the year. So people are going to have assets and tokens and everything else on here before it's tested. I also don't see anything on there about audits.
Wait a minute. I think you got a little bit specious there. When you say before it's tested, that's incorrect. They're testing it. The bug bounty is for people to white hat hack it. And
right.
If you're going to offer a bug bounty the day it comes out the door, then you're going to lose a lot of money. What they're saying Q3 or Q4, that's when we think that it's going to be robust. And that's when you have the bug bounty. So let's not confuse that and say a bug bounty is the way that it gets tested. It's tested by their own internal QA.
I didn't say that is the way it's tested. Okay, I'm saying I just find that interesting that they're waiting that long to do it. Also, there's nothing about audits on here. If they're doing them, if they're going to be released, but they're going to be transacting on it already. I have a hard time with that. It also mentions nothing about either the keys or the Web3 integration. So we talked about this. You either have to be given your own private keys for your address on Jiri, or you have to have the Web3 integration through MetaMask so you can carry your own keys and be validated on there. There's no mention of that in here, which is a little interesting to me as well.
Next, let's go to nodes. I want to see nodes next. All right, these are our founders' nodes. Anything change with this that you mentioned?
No, but if you go, they talk about the governance voting coming out on Q1.
Keep going. Meep.
So this is, back one. There we go. All right, so they're saying that node bonus pool that was talked about a long time ago is coming to a governance vote. And by the words they put in here, it sounds like they're assuming it's going to pass because they're dangling the NFT thing again. If you'll notice there as the kicker to that. So that all that talk that people have been doing over the last, I think it's been like 6 months. Maybe my time's off, but to me it seems like it's 6 months. It's going to come to fruition here and it says Q1. So
I'm seeing Q2 right here. Following the outcome of the founder node NFT vote, Gala can begin the process of issuing founder nodes NFTs in Q2. Please note, Gala will keep owners informed as to status, but it's possible that KYC may be required. Okay.
Yeah, so I took that as because they're going to do that in Q2, that the vote has to happen in Q1.
Can we go back one again? Game server nodes. What's this? Last expedition, play tests. There'll be specific and detailed write-ups in connection. Okay, so nothing there. Music player nodes grants its operator the ability to participate as an IPFS network. So you're hosting, you're rewarded. Okay, nothing's new about that. Okay, go ahead. Keep going. That's a little, not a lot on nodes there. Just a couple tiny bits. What about this platform? Tell us all about it. Social login.
You're going to be able to log in with your Facebook account to Gala.
That's not Web3. To bring Web3 entertainment to a broader audience, they'll lower the barriers of entry for new Web2 users. Okay. They're going to make it so that, it's pretty easy. You could hook up with a service to where you could use Facebook and Twitter and all that stuff to log in. Event reward listener. Action, they want to reward people like an honor system that support the ecosystem. These could be liking or sharing on social media. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Free advertising, basically. They'll give you honor points in return for you tweeting about a Gala subject.
And so, okay, if you get honor points, well, they're not saying it there, but if you did get honor points, then that means you could cash out your silk. So you'd be allowed to access the money that you have earned. That's ideally. Okay, Gala Friends, working title. Be able to maintain a friends list, invite friends to play games, and link with your other social networks. Kind of like Steam does that. Self-service publishing. Enable content creators and distributors to approach the Gala founder node network and seek permission for publishing rights.
You can take your zip bugs and put it on there.
Oh, okay, that's a good idea. They could display their own NFTs, potentially their own node network. Ooh, I can make zip bug nodes. Look at that.
Oh my God!
Okay,
how much? Hey, wait. So how much? This is interesting, because we know Mr. Crafty Forged in Crypto. He talked about on that show about the new node system he's creating. I wonder if he's going to use the Gala self-service publishing to launch that. We're going to have to ask him about that.
Neat idea. Next. The tokenomics, token update.
This will slow us down a little bit because there's a lot of speed bumps in this token thing.
Oh.
So, note that they're going to hammer on the specific numbers, circulating supply, how they're going to calculate that as we go through this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to talk about the reissuance of Gala V2, the second iteration where they have to change the contract. And there's some interesting little tidbits in here that I want to pause on as we go through.
Okay.
So the big news here is the CoinMarketCap API. They're actually going to do what we've been begging them to do for a year, which is hook up with a reputable tokenomics sharing platform like CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko, so that accurate data is out there about the token. So that's something we can pat them on the back for. That is something that is pretty big. I do enjoy that pretty good. Okay, I'm done on this slide.
Zorro says, Facebook, people still using that? Well,
yeah.
Facebook has a lot of people on it, so, I mean, and there are people that probably don't know anything about crypto, so there's some use out of that.
All right, so this is a hot mess, and it takes Elon Musk's rocket scientists to figure this out until you understand it. It's talking about the flow of not only Gala, but the gems. They're bringing back gems, okay?
Bringing back.
Well, they had them, and then they said, no, we're not going to use them after all, and then now they're using them again. And as they describe them, you'll see that in this tokenomics, one of these slides. The gem is a database token, okay? And it's going to correlate kind of like Arachnium does with silk. You're going to be able to use the gems to purchase things. You're going to be able to purchase gems straight with a credit card.
Okay.
And then use that as the on-game or in-game thing. You're going to be able to buy it in-game. Buy gems right from inside the game. Click, slide your credit card, you've got gems. Okay? So we're gonna pause when we get to one specific slide because I got a big problem with how they have put it out. All right? But anyway, they're talking about how all of this is getting to that burn. And if you notice, once it's burned, it's going to be able to issue gems back. As the Gala token's burned, it issues gems back into the platform for purchase. So this is how they're going to do it. It's a circular economy to where the payouts in games are, this is why they're saying the payouts in games are going to be based on what people spend on platform. Okay? So Gala won't be risking any more of those Gala tokens that are out there. It'll just be gems from what I'm gathering from reading this.
So maybe the gems then are just a vehicle to mint the Gala, like you're saying.
No, it's not. It's not a vehicle to mint the Gala. And it talks about that. There's another slide where it says you can't trade gems for Gala, and it says you also can't send gems to another player. I can't send you gems. You've got to buy your own.
Okay.
All right, so moving on. So here is the staking protocol. They're talking about how in order to support the ecosystem and get rid of the halving in the way that they have it time-based and move to supply-based, they're starting to get into the easier way of explaining how they're going to do this. All right, and it says here a governance proposal will be put forward in Q1 of 23 to change the halving schedule and to go supply-based versus time-based, meaning if the economy of Gala itself starts to run too lean, they're going to release, gets too high, they're going to release a halving so that it cuts down on the inflation of the token. So they're going to manage, they're effectively trying to manage the token price and indirectly,
the token price
indirectly by the supply, right?
Well,
if you manipulate the supply, you manipulate the price.
No, when you manipulate the supply, you manipulate liquidity. The price has more factors than just supply.
That is overwhelmingly the best indicator of price. If you take if you have 10 diamond rings and somebody steals 8 of them, those 2 are far more valuable, even though diamonds have 10 different things.
Okay, yeah. Let's talk about a currency where the supply is manipulated, like the U.S. dollar. They do that for liquidity. Now, of course, that raises and lowers the dollar price against other currencies. So the question is the Fed manipulating it for the price, or are they manipulating it for the liquidity?
They can say whatever they want to say about it, but it does alter the price significantly.
They manipulated it during the pandemic for liquidity because people were doing bank runs. They wanted more liquidity so that when people did bank runs that they wouldn't bankrupt banks.
Oh my God!
Well, that's why you print money. So if they're
not why you print money.
It is liquidity.
It's a reason. It is a reason. It is not the only reason.
Oh well, of course we all know that you tax people by devaluing their money when you do that. Yes. However,
you pay back the debt quicker by inflating money. That's why they print more money, to get inflation thriving so they can cut the debt.
But liquidity is also a part of that. You've got to admit.
It's a part of it, but not,
not
the major reason.
If the price goes up really high and people can't afford it, it's going to get less liquid. So it makes a lot of sense why they would manipulate the supply for liquidity. But
we can argue all day about that.
We have 2 different opinions there. Next.
Right. Mine's the right one. So
you go on with your damn self.
All right, here we go. Now we're getting into the nitty-gritty, hurdy-burdy-dirty.
The hurdy-dirty?
Yes. So look at what they're saying there. When this happens, this is important because people are going to get butthurt. Pay attention to what it says. Assuming successful, the new contract will be deployed with the Gala token being dropped 1-to-1 for addresses holding Gala at the time at the time of the snapshot. That's part one. And part two to this is it may not be in this slide, it might be in the next. It gives you 180 days or 6 months to do that. If you don't do it within 6 months, I'm assuming you're not going to be either A, guaranteed the 1-to-1, or B, they may not even honor it. I don't know. So let's check out the next slide. Let's see if it's on that one. Burn and mint. This talks about the burn and mint stuff. So it gives more details. Bitbender found himself his panties riding up in the crack of his ass because he used the wrong phrasing when he initially came out with this, and that's why people lost their minds. They did. If you read this, I know it's a lot of words here, but if you actually read it, you understand it way better. And you go, oh, now I get it. Because I didn't get it this whole time either. But when you read this, you get to the end, you go, oh, now I understand what they're trying to do. And there's another really busy graph coming up that shows more tokenomics.
Number 4 talks about supply and liquidity. Oh my God, you mean they don't supply higher prices?
So this gives them all right. It gives them the ability.
You were so right there too, weren't you? You were so right.
It gives them the ability to change the course of supply and demand on the token at will. And we'll leave it at that.
I'm glad that I was able to predict what they would say there. I haven't even seen this paper before. Continue.
Yeah.
Go to the next one. Uh-oh.
Whoops.
Okay, what's this one?
No, don't blame her. Like I said, it's so ridiculously sensitive. You hold your finger 0.02 of a second on there too long, and it'll flip like 5 slides. This talks about the halving again. So
we're gonna talk about Amazon soon because that's what we made the title about.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Okay.
So this is the one slide I was gonna say it confused me. If you go down to where it says, for example, within the first year, 25 billion tokens would be distributed. It's like they're talking about this in the future. So are they going to remint 50 billion tokens and send them through nodes again? Because that sounds like what they're saying here.
I don't know.
Again, sloppy because I don't know what that means. For example, within the first year, 25 billion tokens would be distributed.
Maybe distributed through their whole burn and mint method?
I don't know. That's what I mean. You can take 10 different takes on that and probably be wrong all 10 times. I don't know how they're doing that. So again, it gets a little sketchy. So that was the point I wanted to make there is we need a little better definition. Are you starting all over again? Are nodes going to start with high distributions again to get 25 billion out the first year? I don't know.
Okay, continue.
All right, go ahead.
41
She's
pages.
trying to be super careful this time. Again with the burn and mint. Right, so nothing of interest really here. Nothing we don't know already.
Why are the one graph larger than the others? I don't know what they mean by quote year one.
That's what I'm saying.
Should be their example, I guess.
Well, if they're just giving an example, they're making it sound like, or at least to a reasonable person, we're pretty smart fucking guys here. And that looks like they're starting over to us. I don't know.
Smart guy right there.
I'm not smart. I'm just observant.
You know the smart ones because they tell you that they're smart. Okay, next one. Release plan, while not exhaustive. That's the key words there. Continue. All right.
Here's the one I said just gets sloppier the further into the year it looks like.
Q4, further game releases.
Yeah, further. What the fuck does that mean? And again, further game releases. Does that mean a play test? Does that qualify in Q3?
So
this is like the maximum flexibility ever.
So what we're going to see here before the end of the year, if we look at Q1, is they're going to have the Blockchain Explorer. They're going to have a Founders Node vote. They're going to have everybody's going to get their earnings in Gala. It takes a while to rejigger that stuff. I don't know what platform Live Fan Experience Store is, but released on Gala. So the Layer 1 blockchain will, let's hope it will be named. They didn't put it in there. That'll be named. Godot Beta Live. So, okay, they're going to get the blockchain out. They're going to have an Explorer out. They're going to have...
Where does it say Explorer there for Q1?
Second from the bottom.
Oh, now see, remember they put it in Q1 and Q2 on that other slide. So I assume they'd bump it into Q2.
Oh, good point. They could be sloppy here. So, okay, but the whole point is they're going to be releasing their beta of the Layer 1 blockchain and Gala earnings. No games, it looks like, just that stuff. So Q2 looks like they're doing a sale in Boxverse for the land. Townstar has features added. Nodes roadmap release. Okay, we're going to tell you what we're going to tell you later.
Right.
Platform Live, pay to watch. Okay, that's Gala Film. Last Expedition game node management interface. Okay, I don't have that.
Not the nodes, but the interface.
So really the only game thing related there is Persistent Towns. That's a feature. Q3, further game releases, bug bounty program. So they're going to have game feature releases, I guess, or games released. So yeah, the further out it gets, the more vague. Yeah, everything after Q3 is just kind of who knows. So I don't see any game releases in here at all for their release plan. I mean, they're like further game releases, bug bounty, but okay.
And we missed it. The most important thing. There's words in here where I don't know if they were again being sloppy, or if they accidentally said it. What you're not supposed to say out loud. But it was on the right side bottom part of the screen. Yeah, I'm almost like a savant. I can remember this stuff. It's down on the bottom right of the screen. It says that having games, film, Vox, and music all under one roof.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I went, wait, they're all supposed to be separate entities. That's what they pounded into our head. So were they just sloppy by saying it's all Gala stuff and that's what they meant? Or did they let the cat out of the bag that, hey, no, they're not separate entities after all? I don't know.
Huh. Interesting, because, yeah, they were going to be separate companies at one time, and now they're all part of the same company?
Well, that's what I mean. They insisted. They got mad when people said it wasn't and said, no, it's completely separate, don't they? And so I don't know if they said what they weren't supposed to say out loud, or it was just, again, a sloppy, quickly thrown together, we told people this would be out and we can't go back on our word now. I don't know.
All right, so we're done with this. Let's talk Amazon.
Yeah, so I bumped into this literally like an hour ago.
2 hours ago, probably.
Well, yeah, almost, because we've been talking for a bit yet. So the big part on this is they're going to be launching, Amazon is launching a NFT marketplace, and they talk in here that they're going to also on this platform be accepting cryptocurrencies at Amazon. So they are, according to this article, and this dropped at 12:30.
It says initiative. This isn't saying what.
Well, you got to read the article.
Can we go down a little bit? Digital Assets Enterprise. Okay. All right, let's see. Has been shopping the digital collectibles off effort. The effort is still developing. Okay, so they haven't said what they're doing with the effort yet, folks. Okay, so they're planning to do something in April, but we're not going to tell you till April. That's what I'm getting. They're coming into the space. So, no, they're saying jack shit here. You can come back and stop talking to nobody, Titan. Press that microphone button.
Damn it. Okay. So if you read the other articles, I just grabbed this one because it was the last one I was on. There's other sources besides this Blockco or Block, whatever the article is from.
It says down here at the bottom, certain gaming initiatives are still unfolding. I'm still hearing vagueness, even more vague than the Gala white paper. So
they're saying on these other press releases, they're talking about the other, it's apparently going to be an NFT marketplace, and they're going to adopt cryptocurrency. And there's no other details yet. This was just released this afternoon, I guess. But that's where they're planning to go with this. They've been dealing with it for a long time. And here's the thing, right? Amazon has a huge level of trust associated with it. So if Amazon jumps into this, they have absolute KYC on everybody on their platform. They have a huge trust factor. They have a huge audience. This would make them, by far from day one, the highest volume NFT anything platform out there. They would wipe out OpenSea in about 4 seconds. That's really big news. And assuming they move forward with this as they're alluding to here, coincidentally, not coincidentally, the White House also issued a press statement today warning of the integration of cryptocurrency into the fiat. System. Yeah. So I don't know if that's related. It makes you kind of go,
So, okay, the article that I read said that they were asking Congress. They were asking Congress to start regulating crypto in such a way so that they would not integrate with the financial system, which is clearly showing that they want crypto to go a specific direction.
Well, yeah, they what they're looking for is just sweeping reform to suck it right into the banking system and make crypto reliant on banking.
Well, they want to be able to control it. They that's all.
Right. And for most of it, they can. The crypto side of it, not the Bitcoin side of it, but...
Well, okay, so if you look at Amazon, so at the bottom of this article, we see Amazon enterprise developers to be able to spin up nodes and test networks on the fly with AWS in whatever legal jurisdiction makes the most sense for them. That says to me that you're going to be able to make your own blockchain with AWS in a certain place. That's actually kind of BS. That's saying, okay, well, we're going to take the blockchain out of the world and just have AWS host it.
Look at that last paragraph, too. First sentence.
Yeah, that's what I just said, AWS.
No, but they inked a partnership with Ava Labs, the company behind the Avalanche blockchain.
Mm-hmm.
So if they incorporate an NFT marketplace, odds are pretty good, according to this, if that's true, that Avalanche would probably be the network they would be on.
So then they'd be Avalanche NFTs, and then there's, I get the feeling that it's going to be almost a private blockchain where you would get these things, and it might be hard to get them in and out of their private blockchain.
Well, I would bet with the hundreds of trillions of dollars that Amazon has tucked away, the bridge would be about a 30-second build for them, and would be seamless behind the scenes. Customer wouldn't even see it.
Yeah.
That's my guess.
So that's really interesting. So again, this Amazon seems to not be as big of news as it sounds like.
No, it is. If you, again, I just pulled this one because this was the last article
Amazon doing crypto stuff. Woo!
Yeah, if you do the Google search, your best friend Google will give you a lot more articles where they expound upon that a little bit more and hint at some other things. Of course, there's no details yet. Amazon isn't going to tell everybody, but the reporting on that is that it will be an NFT marketplace and cryptocurrency integration, but that's as far as they go.
So I put something up in the upper right-hand corner in case you were interested.
I know. I'm paying attention. I'm not new here. I need the good segue. Just let it happen. See, now you got me on the spot again. Just shut it.
I figured we were going to be ending soon, and
well, we're close. We have to get to Flare yet.
Oh yeah, Flare.
And then we've got open mic. We have quiet comments today, so hopefully open mic. Someone will either jump in with us or give us some cool stuff that they want comments on today. So start thinking now. So this Flare thing, right? There's a little bit of exciting news, and there's a little bit of controversy, and there's a little bit of drama. This is like all playing out like a soap opera, right? So we've all waited damn near 2 years for this Flare airdrop, and it happened. And Flare's live, right? We've been playing with Songbird for the last year, just giving us something to do. But Flare actually got the tokens out, and they're in our wallets, the 15% initial drop. And the instant that dropped, this guy named Hugo, who is the...
guy named Hugo.
Yeah, Hugo is the guy behind Flare, and immediately came out with Flare Governance Improvement Proposal 1, which is going to change how you get the rest of your 85%.
So is it me, or have they been slowly since the very beginning trying to take away more and more of their airdrop? Because at first you're going to get it all, in like last year, July.
You are going to get it all,
and then they were like, okay, well, you'll get it all, but you'll get it all over a period of time. You'll get it once a month, blah blah blah. Now they're going to do what you're going to tell us. What are they going to do in order for you to? How are you going to be able to get it all?
So they're forcing you to stake it. All right. What this is doing is you have to have your Flare tokens delegated at random snapshot times in order for you to qualify for that monthly distribution. And they're going to distribute it over 36 months, right? So every month that you qualify, you're going to get the amount based on how much is in the random snapshot. So this is it's kind of like the same as the Gala thing. The more you keep in the platform and don't sell and don't do anything with, you're going to be rewarded by getting those tokens that were supposedly just going to be given to you before.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, isn't all staking like that? Like I'm staking Cardano, I'm going to get money. I'm going to get Cardano the more I stake.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of, as a very quick aside, go check your delegators there. I saw an article, a bunch of delegators took a shit and got out of it because of all the stupidity going on with Cardano. So like you may...
Ava Light or Ada Light or something.
Yeah, well, yeah, Ada Light, that's what I use too. So check them and make sure that they're still paying out a decent amount, because I read an article that it's not good for a lot of the big delegators. You should be checking that like quarterly anyway, just to make sure. So this 85%, you've actually got to work for it, which sounds a lot like the Gala node system that we're used to, right? You're going to have to be delegated in order to receive your rewards. If you do not delegate and just throw it in your ledger, you are not going to get your monthly cut, and that will be distributed among other people who are delegating. So you could actually get more than your original 85%. That was the carrot they were dangling, because they figured most people are going to be lazy and not delegate.
Well, that would be pretty easy to do.
So it accomplishes a lot of things. It does. It forces you to delegate and make the network stronger. It forces you to hold instead of selling, which will increase the token price. It will force you to basically stick with the ecosystem for 3 years, which will give them 3 years to develop use case and partnerships for Flare, which can make it. So they're basically buying time is what they're doing for this.
All right.
So our first question for our open mic is from Mr. Zorro. It's always a pleasure to have you here. What about Avalanche Node running with AWS? All right, so I don't know anything about Avalanche nodes themselves, right? Like as a, kind of like you have your Bitcoin node. I don't know anything about that. I do want to learn about that. Everybody seems to be talking about Avalanche as a good blockchain to use. I do need to learn more about it. I have some AVAX. I've been playing around on the Avalanche chain. The other thing, speaking of, the playing around with things. Faz, you've been playing around with Nerd Node, right? So you've transferred your Gala Founders node over there. How's that been going so far?
So all I really needed to do was to go generate a key for them and just send it to them, and then they just it's what's it called, a device key or something like that. And you can actually, API
key.
API key, there you go. And you give them the key, and then they will, if you have 12 nodes, then they'll just spin up all the nodes for you. And that's been doing great. No problems. Now, if for some reason you didn't want them to do it anymore, all you need to do is go and cancel the key or delete the key from, your app.gala.nodes or something like that. So you could stop it right away if you wanted to. Say you wanted to run the nodes yourself. So far, let me go to my thing here.
So you can not only run Gala nodes, but other gaming platform nodes. They don't have the capability, as far as I know right now, for like a Bitcoin node or anything like that. But
film nodes, Founders nodes, music, Spider Tank nodes, and Townstar nodes. They'll
and other platforms. So it's right now. What Nate was saying is it's $25 per node to get up and running. It takes the hassle out of everything for you, and they do have that guarantee that if Nerd Node screws up and you miss your distribution, they'll back that 100%. He talked last night. There was a Gala boo-boo that caused them to be delayed, which messed things up, and he's going to pay out anyway, even though according to the terms of service and all that kinds of stuff, he doesn't have to. He's a good guy. He's paying that out. So check out Nerd Node. We have a link down at the bottom of this. You can go there and please sign up, give them a try, see what you think. So Avalanche nodes, I think if Zorro, if you know about these things and can educate us, come on the cast and educate us and everybody who listens about these Avalanche nodes. I'd like to learn about that. If not, I'll do the research eventually here, and we'll do a show on it. And if you want to join us, you can. I know there's a lot of these newer projects are popping up on Avalanche. I've had a good experience on there. Bridging is a pain in the ass still. It takes forever. It took quite literally 20 minutes to get my USDC from ETH over to USDC.E or whatever, and then you have to convert it again. It's complicated, and it's easy to lose tokens if you're not paying attention. So that's the only drawback. But once you get your money over there, boy, that moves, and the fees are like hardly existent. I think each one, I had 1/100th of a cent it cost me to make a fairly decent sized transaction, and it was instant. So that is a good part of Avalanche, absolutely. I do want to learn more about that.
I think that's the only one. That was the only question we had.
We have a lot of quiet people lately. Is it our fault that everybody's quiet? Did we do something wrong?
People have
my comments about what the cats do in the game bothering people?
We don't need to do that every night.
I thought it was you'd be able to breed them cats or something, and make an NFT out of them. And remember, because somebody was saying that CryptoKitties is making a comeback after all these years.
Well,
and so I figured, okay, well, that's maybe how they integrated the game.
Something like that. Crypto, I think all these older projects are going to come back. Once the market starts going back up, you'll hear about Bored Apes again. You'll be hearing about a lot of different ones.
Okay. That's all I got for this week.
All right. And that's all I got as well.
Very cool. Well, thank you all for listening tonight. Another good Friday night. Thanks for spending the evening with us. We definitely appreciate it. Check out Nerd Nodes. And next Thursday and Friday, we have our shows. Faz and I are spinning up in the background to bring some additional content to Faz Radio that's not crypto related. Let's do it.
Oh, yeah. We're doing that next week, huh?
No, I said it's coming soon. We're talking about it.
We might do it next week. Okay.
All right.
Wait, Titan. We have our pre-recorded outro to do. Can you say your thing so that people will know?
Oh, absolutely. Hey, subscribe, and throw some comments below. That helps us, which in turn helps us provide you with much, much better content every week. Thanks for being a listener. Thanks for supporting the channel.
And thanks for sitting through our pre-recorded outro.